So we just talked about three main elements of public speaking presentation. It has to have introduction, body, and conclusion. And it's important to actually use all three sections in your public speech so that your audience will be following you and they will be interested in what it is that you're talking. So this morning, as we started our class, I told you about my personal life story, and I displayed some of the pictures on my TV screen right here. So you were able to see me as a child, you saw my pictures from school, you saw my pictures from graduation. So I told you my personal life story using some visual aids. So for some of you, this probably was already a pretty good, interactive presentation. However, we live in a modern technological world, and nowadays for a speaker to keep his audience engaged and to keep his audience interested in the speech, it's really important to use something more, to be able to use your language and your speech together with some visual aids, together with maybe some short videos, short clips, quotes, anything else that you can use to make your presentation more interesting. I know that some statistical data, some charts, some different diagrams, they are all really helpful to keep your audience engaged and to keep your audience interested in your topic. So today I'm going to present this amazing platform. It is created by Adobe, and I'm pretty sure that you heard about Adobe in your computer science or computer lab class. So I would like to introduce Adobe Sparks. It is a new platform which is an amazing platform to create different public presentations. So this platform allows you to create your presentation using pictures, videos, snapshots, quotes of different people, lists of your favorites, your favorite movies, your favorite bands, your favorite TV shows, anything that you want to share with others. It allows you to create different graphs, different charts, to put background music, to upload videos. So this is a really simple, user-friendly program that lets you use any kind of information from the web, and you can create things that will be meaningful for you and that will help you to actually deliver your presentation in the best way possible and for your audience to be engaged in your presentation. You can upload a quick quiz, or you can upload a poll that your audience can actually participate in, which will really help you to engage your audience in your topic. So I would like for you to look at the board, and the same speech that I delivered this morning about my life, I will show you now by scrolling down through my Adobe Sparks page on my life. So you can see, please look at the screen, you can see that I'm showing you same pictures that I used in my original presentation. However, you see that together with pictures, I'm using a short video clip showing me going to the first grade. Then you can see that I'm using some quotes of famous people that are connected to education and school. Then you can see that I have a list of my favorites, so those are my favorite sport teams. Then you can see that if when you scroll down, there are some more pictures, then some clips, then there is a chart. Then you can see a link that takes you to the page where I was back in college. I was involved with women's volleyball team, and that page takes you to the site for that volleyball team. And actually, I'm listed there as one of their players since this day till today. So this Adobe Sparks page actually shows you my life in a more interactive and interesting way. And if I were to deliver the same exact speech that I did 10 minutes ago using this Adobe Sparks, you would probably find it a lot more interesting to see all those interesting and cool things about me rather than just seeing some of my pictures. So what I'm showing you here is an example of an interesting public presentation using Adobe Sparks. And actually your homework for today will be to create your own presentation, public presentation using Adobe Sparks, and you pretty much will do the same thing that I did here with my life story. You will do the same thing for your life story. So with that being said, we are going to move on in our lesson, and right now I would like for us to look at a short video, and it is a video that was delivered by a winner of a speech contest, and his name is Dhananjaya Hitirichi. He's the world champion of public speaking in 2014. He delivers an amazing speech called I See Something. So we are going to watch his speech right now. And he is using a number of different things. He is using some visual aids. He is using a hook that we talked about in the beginning of today's lesson, right? An interesting fact or interesting detail to get your audience engaged into your speech. And we're going to watch his speech, and then we will talk and discuss it. So I would like for everyone to pay attention, and we are going to start watching his speech.
I see something.
Okay, so we finished watching our speech, and I could see that you really were engaged in his speech. And there are a few reasons why, but can someone tell me? So let's discuss this video presentation, and can someone identify some elements that Dhananjaya was using in his speech? Yes, so you noticed the hook. Yes, so one of the elements that he used, and this is an amazing element, I think that this is, an art of public speaking. He used a little rose in his pocket as a hook, and at the same time as introduction and conclusion to his speech. So I'm glad that you noticed it, and I could see that quite a few of you raised your hand, and you probably had the same thing in mind, right? Okay, good. So he was using this visual aid, this rose in his pocket, and he connected it in a beautiful way with the introduction to his speech, and then in the end of his speech, in the conclusion, he again talked about the same rose, and it kind of wrapped up his whole presentation, right? So this was an amazing way, right? Okay, what are some technological, things or technology that he used to make his speech more interesting? Yeah, so he was using a soundtrack, so his speech was really influenced and connected by the special music that he was using. So he was using this music to enhance what he was delivering, the message that he had. Okay, anything else that you noticed? Okay, who can identify the beginning, the introduction to this speech? Yes? Yes, very good. So he started his speech, right, about talking about this rose. So that was the introduction. But then he also started with introducing this main phrase, key phrase of his speech, right? I see something in you. Great job. Okay, who can identify the body of his speech? Yes, good job. Yes, so he's talking about his life. He basically is presenting what I presented in the beginning of the class. He's talking about his life, but he's just doing it in such an engaging and interesting way. Okay, and who can identify the conclusion? Yeah, so for the conclusion, of course, he's using the same flower analogy, and he is using it to explain his points better. And then also he's using the result of his work, right? That he's a public speaker now. Very good. So what we are going to do in the next 10 minutes is that we will get together in small groups, and I would like for you to think about the Adobe Sparks, the platform that I just told you about, and I would like for you to think about Dhananjaya's presentation. And in small groups, I would like for you to think about different ways how Dhananjaya could use Adobe Sparks and different things that he could input there, videos, pictures, famous quotes, lists of his favorites, anything to enhance his speech. So I would like for you to share with your partners, and now you'll be able to share with us.